Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Cancer. If Cancer is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, knock, knock, knock. Let's see what we have. I'm just going to apologize. I'm still getting over my little cough, sore throat. Excuse me. What a way to start this reading. All right, let's see. I'm going to pull this down and we're going to kind of look at this in the negative space in between. Also see, sometimes the leaves just look so much different when you are looking at it far away versus like right up close. Okay, so it looks like you are really in a lot of movement right now. Let's see. I think that this is definitely going to be like career-centric, creative process-centric, okay? I'm seeing a person here with a shovel and really thinking you are just really getting to work. You are, nose to the grindstone. You are full of inspiration, ready to execute and just kind of on a roll here. I'm also seeing this figure that looks like they're walking, okay? And I think it's just, another indicator of the movement that has kind of seems like it has recently kind of started. And the reason I say this is partially because I pulled the solar card or the sun card. This is from the Thoth deck. And I really think that you are in a period of kind of coming out into the sun. I think that there's a lot of kind of a renewal of energy vibe happening. I think that, and this would make sense in my mind because if you're in the northern hemisphere, we are coming out of winter, coming into spring. If you are in the southern hemisphere, you're coming out of the hot summer, probably have been indoors to some degree, right? Trying to escape the heat. And I don't know about you, but when it's really hot, I move a little slower. So when we come into these in-between seasons, like fall, where it's cooled off, but the sun's still out, right? I think that there's more energy. There's even kind of in the mind, a new burst, a renewal of just, wanting to do things, wanting to get things done. And part of that too is if you're going into fall, winter, you want to get some things done before you're hunkered down for that winter period, right? So, I really think that this is because this bowl is very, very busy, pretty scattered. I almost feel like this is verging on chaotic, verging on maybe a little manic, but we're talking about Cancer. So I think there's probably, some method in planning to the madness. You all are definitely planners. So, it may look chaotic and just a free-for-all to some of us. I think that you definitely know what you're doing, okay? I'm also looking at right here, we have this large dragon, and it just, it's it looks like it's following this person that we were talking about. That's a kind of moving forward there. But also we have this little formation kind of reaching up and touching the tail. And that's really kind of interesting to me because I also look at this formation. It looks almost like a glyph of a kind of seated, high priest, high priestess, something like that. And it looks like it's kind of meditative towards this right here. So I wonder if we've come from a period of like real incubation, kind of, verging on being a little stagnant, maybe a little directionless, or just lacking the energies to accomplish any of the things that you kind of had planned to. I think that, with this kind of real serpent fire energy being activated, I wonder if you have not kind of changed your regimen for maybe how you're eating, maybe you're fasting, maybe implementing some exercise or intentional movement. I really think that you're getting your mind, body, soul in alignment, activating those different zones, the different chakra spaces, if you will. And, this is allowing those energies to flow through you. You are, open and receptive to the inspiration, whims, and kind of dalliances of the universe. So it's feeling kind of more lighthearted and enjoyable. I really think that this is kind of a real enjoyable period for you right now. And let's kind of see. This one right here, we have a koi fish. And of course, the koi fish is always, kind of related to that prosperity, longevity, good fortune. And I think that, also just moving through the waters so gracefully, so effortlessly. And I really think that you're in a beautiful, beautiful space, and I'm sorry, my cat is just kind of seeking my attention here. And I think that everything is kind of, I think that there's like this meeting of elements. It's really all coming together. Now, with that solar card, and I want to look over here. Okay, so with the solar card and this formation with a person, and then kind of, are they grabbing this person from like their leg? They look like they're running away maybe. I believe that you are going to be coming into some kind of creative partnership, or this could be work related, business related. Okay. I think that it's really, I almost feel like you kind of are at odds with even the idea of having to work with somebody else, having to communicate with somebody else, having to take notes from somebody else, having to even field somebody else's kind of ideas about things. But I think that that's probably because you're coming out of like a pretty solitary period of your life. I don't know how long it's been going on, even if it's just been for a few months. I think that you often feel that these kind of, more quiet, solitary periods are your kind of authentic natural self or state of being. And so when you're faced with like not only coming out of that, which it does, I think it feels good to come out of that kind of I just keep thinking like stagnant. It's not stagnant, just restful, maybe. kind of slower moving. I think transitioning out of that, it feels nice. It feels like stretching after sitting for a long time, right? Or coming out into the sun for the first time. And it's like, this is bright. It feels like too much, but then it's also kind of warm. It feels good on your skin, like a reptile kind of bathing on a rock or something, in the sun. But now on top of all of that, the idea that you're going to have to share your time and energies with somebody else, and also while doing something that's important to you, that's, maybe a lot to think about, a lot to, a lot to be open to. But I do think that once you get into this mode, and, in the past, I imagine that you've worked with other people, you've created with other people, you've had different kinds of partnerships with people. Once you get into a good working relationship, it is usually amazing, right? You're a good partner. You're a good, collaborator, okay? I do, however, think that sometimes it's hard for you to cooperate with other people. It's hard for you to feel like you're being, excuse me, being critiqued. Okay, I think that oftentimes you have a very specific vision of how you want things to, come out, how you want them to feel, how you want them to look, sound, whatever it is. You have high standards for the things that you're creating, that you're involving yourself in. And so, yeah, of course, there's going to be a little bit of a risk working with somebody that's out of your control, really, right? You don't necessarily know what their skill level is or what their aesthetics are or their abilities or, just even their motivations and how on task they're going to be. How much are you going to have to be chasing this person around to get things done, to meet goals and, and stay on a timeline and all these things. And I'm probably giving you anxiety just listing all of these things. But I think this is going to be great. And I think that it doesn't have to be so formal. I think that it's okay if this is especially if it's a creative endeavor, it could be more casual. I also think that this is going to be a good time to kind of, since you're already getting out of your comfort zone, get further out of your comfort zone maybe and be a little more experimental. Try out some different mediums. Maybe alter, the processes that you have mastered and, different techniques, whatever. I think that this next little while, maybe 6 months, really going to be rich, potent with inspiration. And also, like I said before, when I saw this person with the shovel, 100% I see that you are going to be on it and working. I think that, I get this, I'm seeing some little birds around. I'm thinking about this sun card, and I'm wondering if, even altering your schedule to some degree, trying to abide rising with the sun. And I'm not saying you have to get up at like 5 a.m, although pretty soon it'll probably be that, right? The days are getting longer and longer. So, I think that in the vein of honoring the sun, honoring, these celestial bodies, these things that lend us life and, some of us meaning and just the concept of time, the construct of time. Maybe trying to, get some good sleep, going to bed a little bit earlier, waking up a little bit earlier. If that's not your natural routine, it might be nice to get outside of that. Try something different. Doing those morning solar salutations and salutes and postures and meditations and, rituals and whatever, might tickle your fancy. But I think it's a fun time to, when you are feeling very creative, it's a fun time to implement some different things, just different activities, different routines. I think that it can create very altered, and I don't mean necessary, I'm not talking about plant medicines or any other kinds of chemicals, but it can create altered states of mind just because your life has been altered. And if you're going to change a few things, you might as well, if they're within your control, change a few more. Really go for it. I think that this is definitely going to be potent for you. I think that this could be work related. Definitely. I honestly think this is very creative, like a creative endeavor more than anything. Maybe you work within a creative industry or field, and that would be great. More power to you. Definitely. But this also feels like this is passion. This feels like, to me, that you are devoted to a path of living out your art, living out your spiritual process, living out self-refinement, alchemizing your life and your interior matters. And so, as any kind of initiate to any system knows, that different operations, different rituals, different, prolonged ceremonies, different work we're doing with the different aspects of self and elements and so on, call for different types of living situations, different types of schedules, different, materials that we are interacting with. And so, I think that this is going to be fun, and I think that you already know what you're doing. And I feel like this is just kind of a verification kind of a reading. I'm not telling you too much that you don't already know. And of course, again, I'm talking to Cancer. Cancer in any of the major placements. You all are so detail oriented, and so, when you get your mind fixed on something, a new interest, hobby, system of living or system of esoteria, whatever it is, you go all the way in. And so I don't think this is, out of the realm of reason. And so let's look and see what we have here. It seems like that we have a kind of really strong lunar energy. It feels like this is probably a feminine person in your life. And maybe this is the person, and I mean, gosh, that would be the duality of the solar and the lunar energies coming together. That would be almost kind of, it would be so perfect. It would be kind of absurd. But I do think that you have somebody who has strong feminine qualities, at least feminine consciousness activated right now, okay? They're working very much in their lunar sectors. And I think that this might be the person that you are thinking about, working with. I think that that would make it strangely perfect, but also very difficult, because I feel like this is like, this is a dayside person mingling with that night side energy. And even just the schedules might be weird enough. There might be not a lot of overlap in hours of the day where you both are available, attentive, and working. But I think that this could be it. This could be really good. I also see this little kind of snail here, or not snail, slug. So I think that this is, this is going to be a slow process, ultimately. I think a lot of stuff is going to be made quickly. There's going to be a lot of inspiration, but overall, it's going to be a process that spans quite a while. And that might be more of the back end, editing, refining, and really kind of rendering a final product or final, form of this, whatever you're making, whatever medium. But I see that overall it's just going to be enjoyable. It's going to be, I almost think that this year, the rest of this year at least, is going to be very dedicated to this project, or kind of this theme, the overarching theme that this project will be involved in. And really just birthing a new era of your work. Okay. And last but not least, I see this beautiful little flower right here. And, just another sign of the universe kind of smiling and bestowing its blessings upon you and this work that you will be doing. And let me look at this. Actually, I'm looking at this bowl here, and I'm seeing this little lamb right here, and I'm kind of looking where it almost looks like where these two people are coming together. If you look at it kind of this way, there's this person kind of holding this other person by the legs, and it looks like this is kind of has a devil's head here, right? Swinging it around. Okay, so I really do think that this is coming together in my mind. That this is kind of with the lamb here. This is all about making some really, really precise sacrifices in your life, intentional sacrifices, realigning things that are going to be kind of difficult. And this might even, I'm thinking, especially for myself, this could be like the new regiment that you are moving into, the working out. I'm thinking of like, what's it called? What is it called? Fasting. Okay, so the fasting, limiting, all of your favorite little treats and this kind of thing. Maybe like focusing on cooking more, whole food, whatever the food plan is. Okay, and really just getting to bed early, sleeping, all these things, putting the phone down, turning off the screens. All of these difficult kind of temptations. And that's really what that kind of devil formation is kind of symbolizing to me. All of those things that are so easily in our reach, but really making that sacrifice and just taking all that stuff and throwing it right out the window, at least for a while, right? Seeing if you can maintain maintain those changes and tinker with them where they need to be changed a bit so that they can really benefit you, serve your purpose. And I think part of, this is also so much part of the fun for you. I think Cancers are often people that like to try different lifestyle changes, like to, do different kinds of physical techniques. And so I think, doing these aspects are going to also be as enjoyable, if not more sometimes, than the actual creative processes and that, the inspiration, the kind of, as I said, almost manic energy, but controlled manic energy. So, I think that's it, really. I don't have any salacious stuff this time, Cancer. But, I think this is actually probably the happiest reading that I've had. And, I hope that I internalize some of it and take it on board for myself. And we have a cat here saying hello. So that's that's a little bit of a sign for me to get going. I want to thank you so much. I'm always so, so honored. Okay, come on, buddy. I'm always so, so honored to be able to read for you, to bring you these messages, to spend this time with you. If you would be so kind as to go ahead and like the video, it helps me get in the algorithm and meet more people. Well, yeah, ultimately, maybe meet more people. Reach more people. And if you have not subscribed yet, think about doing that. I'm on a new schedule now. So I'm doing 2 readings a day. Each sign will be read once a week. So make sure that you hit that little bell and you know when the videos are coming out. Other than that, please leave a comment. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know what kind of projects you're working on. Let me know what kind of changes you're making to your life. I might try some of them myself. All right. Thank you. We will talk again very soon.